Okay, I'm going to try and do a quick video review of the two different packs that I made. One, I used the stock Spengler Wand that comes with the Life Size Spirit Pack. And on this one, I used the Spengler Wand. Of course, I modified it a little bit to make it look a little more like the 84 version. And I also added the frutotechnology bar graph, which is in another video. Really sets this wand, makes it 1,000 times better. This one I did with the GB Fans soundboard and wand light kit, and then I added on both of these I used Ghostlab's cyclotron light kit and the power cell, because it's plug and play for the Spirit Pack. It's easy to do. It's an easy kit. I don't know if you have to get the $100 version with the lights and the housings and all that. I did it because I liked it on my 80%. But in retrospect, I probably could have done this a little bit. I probably could have just made my own clear lenses and had a similar result. So if you're looking to save a little money, that could be. But I would recommend his kit because it is totally, plug and play, and it plugs into the GB Fans soundboard easily, and of course his own soundboard, because he makes them for both, so it's very interchangeable. The only thing that gave me a little bit of problem, I think, was the frutotechnology bar graph, but that was my own thing. I think I was getting interference. I went and I opened it up again, and I put electrical tape underneath the boards to just try and seal them off from other ones. There's a lot of stuff in that wand right now, so I want to make sure that nothing was interfering with the other, and since then I really haven't had a problem with the startup. The other thing I did on this pack, so what I did here was I reused the resistor. I got the cap for the sound volume, the pot, and I grinded it down so it was nice and level and flat. I hollowed this out and then hot glued the cap in there, and then I had a nice fitting cap with the and now I have my volume control there. Even stands a little bit out, but for what it is, I did the same thing here. Well, this one I have to do with the cap. This one I just hollowed it out and stuck it on as best I could. I found a better way when I had to buy the pots for the GB Fans kit. The GB Fans soundboard comes with nothing, so I had to buy the pot myself. I had to buy speakers. I had to buy everything. The speakers I did do on this pack. I used $10 Amazon speakers that actually go into television, and they are nice and loud, and they are awesome. They come already in a plastic housing, and I couldn't ask for any better. I put both speakers in there. I ran them both off the one mono, just to give it a little extra whatever, and it sounds amazing. I love it. This one I did the $16 speakers, similar to the ones that GB Fans sells. This is a stereo kit, their soundboard, so you have to hook up two speakers. You don't have a choice. Otherwise it doesn't sound right, and I had that happen to me when I first saw it. I was like, I'll just put in the left channel. Usually that will trigger, usually that'll be the mono. No, you have to make sure you have the two speakers. I have to remount them a little bit. Those didn't come in a box, a little plastic housing, so I'm going to try and work with them. It does vibrate the plastic a little bit, but for what it is, it's fine. The other thing I did, I went into the GB Fans board, and I know they will never recommend this, but I do not like the fact that you can never access any of the extra features. So once you put that board in there, you're kind of stuck with whatever switches you set. So I didn't have to mess with it. I set all the switches to 0. I hooked up lead cables to those to the switches for the extra features. And now over here, tucked way back so nobody sees them, I have 2 switches there. That gives me my different pack sounds. I could do TVG pack sounds. I can do the movie sounds. I can do the interactive features. And I don't have to open up the pack to do it. I just have to do that and shut power to the board. And then down here, you can't really see it, but another black switch, really not noticeable. I hooked in the pack hum sounds. So I can turn the hum sounds, pack hum on and off at my choosing. And it's very easy to reach when I go to reach from behind. So I want to set this up. Right now it's set up to interactive. I want to set it to the TVG. So I have it. Now it's set up for the TVG. Top one would be switch 3. Bottom one is switch 5. And this is switch 6 for the pack hum sounds. So now when I switch this one on, I have... Oh, you know what? Hold on. I switched it, but I didn't shut the power off to the board. So I have to shut the power to the board. Hold on. I hate that these things are all so tucked away where you can't really get to them easily. There we go. All right, so now I repowered the board. Now all I have to do is I'm going to put it on. And I have my startup sequence. There you go. Put on my vent light. The other thing, if you watched, I showed a video how I hooked this up. So I did the hat lights and stuff. I gave a little bit of a review. I did fix the light board. So now it's in the proper orientation. So it lights up. And then you... Now I set it for the TVG sound so I can... Alright, so that... And now I can also switch my... So I can... Alright, that's the dry... That's because I have the vent light on. Shut the vent light off, and now I can switch to my slime mode, right? I got my stasis. And of course, in between, it has those other ones that and then I got what's that? Now here's my pack hum. I'm going to turn my pack hum switch. Boom. There you go. Now I got the pack hum. Okay, so I can do it for all. There we go. Now it's back to a regular. And if you're not aware of the interactive features on this, it'll say movie phrases. You press the thing in a certain amount of time and it'll give you another phrase from 84. It's a cool feature, but not, life or death. I don't know if it's something you would have on all the time if you were walking around a con, but for what it is, I like this setup. I think it works fine. It's a little bit less expensive than this setup was. You figure you're getting the light kit, the soundboard. Again, the speakers I got for like $15 on Amazon. I got 2 speakers, a little bit nicer speakers, although I don't feel that this pack is as loud as this pack. This pack I feel is a little bit louder. I didn't do a lot of cosmetic upgrades because I was trying to keep them, budget based. Both of them are hooked up the same way to an Alice frame. Okay, I don't know if you can see it too well. I did the hardware Very similar to another gentleman on YouTube, how he had it set up. I know it's a little dark, but I'm limited on light here where I'm at in my apartment. But pound for pound, I don't think this is a bad pack. Then there's this one with my Spengler Wand. And then of course it's making a liar out of me. Either that or the battery's dead. Hold on. Okay. I find the electronics on these are very, very sensitive for whatever reason. Like they're very, very glitchy from time to time. But that's just, you know, I get it. They're electronics. That's what happens. But this is the Spengler kit with the frutotechnology board. Now it's giving me a... Hold on. Found one of the best ways to do it. With the... Alright. We'll try it again. Now, for the Fruto soundbar, you have to turn it up. If you listen closely, it has the afterlife sound for the there's the soundbar bar graph. As you turn it up, it's more intense. Turn it down. It has the afterlife sound. That's an extra. That's a feature packed into the link kit. I did buy the Ghostface link kit for this. Ghostlab. I'm sorry, Ghostlab 42. I bought his link kit. So it's for the Spengler Wand and then the soundboard, and then his lights obviously plug into it. And then you add his comes with the potentiometer. This one, GB Fans, does not come with the pot. I had to buy that separate and hook that up myself. It's pretty easy to get. It's not too difficult to get in there. As you can see right here, there's like inside there's 4 screws. This one I think had 6 screws. I know that was an earlier one. This was a newer one when I bought them. So they are changing it as they go. But I just dremelled a hole through both pieces, and I was able to feed it right through. And then I was able to get to this. This is just kind of glued and clipped on, so it's not that hard to pop off. You just have to be a little careful, and then you can, you know, do your little work on it. This, of course, has the I get the vent sound with it. Now if I turn it on, it has the automatic pack sounds. And then you get your slime, stasis, and your mise-en, whatever they call it, boson darts, whatever they are. But that's the real one we want. The one thing I love about this and this, having this, is the ability to extend the proton wand. You can hear it's definitely a lot louder than the other one. I like having the afterlife sound. I know it's not consistent with this one, but I like having that added feature. It sounds actually kind of pretty cool. Okay, close that. Back, and then I can shut it down. What I'll do is I'll turn these up. I showed you how that works. I think pound for pound, this looks better. This looks better, but I like some of the features I get on this one. So it's a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It really comes down to, you know, this one is obviously at least about $100 more because you're buying the wand. By the time you're done buying the wand and then fixing up the bar graph, that's the stock bar graph. That's the bar graph that comes on the GB Fans one. This is the Fruto bar graph. The Fruto bar graph's a little brighter because it's raw. It's right out there. This one has like, I bought the housing from Ghostlab, from Doug, and it has a little bit of tint, so it dulls it down a little bit, but I still like it. In there I got my vent light, very nice and bright. What I did with that to hold it was I took the inner part of a top to like a aerosol can, and I cut it out. I happen to have white ones. Let's see if I got one here. Hold on. I have something similar. Hold on. Like that. That middle ring, I happen to have a white cap. I cut out that middle ring, and it worked perfectly. Carefully I cut it out, and then I glued it in, and that little middle ring worked perfectly. But you have to cut that middle ring out, so you have to be careful when you're doing it. You know, both of them have Alice frames. Both out, one Alice frame. This Alice frame is the Rothko version, which is, you know, those are the ones that are currently in production. This is an actual Alice frame, and if you look at the way they are on the original Ghostbusters, this is a little bit out. That's the way it's really supposed to be, and people can argue with me left and right. Also, the way this bends out more. Okay, the only difference is the straps I got were camouflage, but I really don't care because that Alice frame only cost me 30 bucks. And I got, actually, yeah, about 30 bucks. This one I happened to find on Mercari, and I got it for $28 with the shipping. So I couldn't argue it about that. I like this frame. I think it's nice. I know it's the popular one that everybody uses, but this is more like the real deal. So, and I'm not going to answer arguments in the comments because that's not my bag. I watched it, and honestly, these, if you look at it without it on the Alice pack, is if you get the Spirit pack and don't put it on Alice pack, you can basically make it a stunt pack. The stunt packs, if you really pay attention to the end of Ghostbusters, look just like this. They were the rubber packs, but they weren't strapped to an Alice frame. They were just strapped to a foam board, which is basically what this is. But I just want to kind of give people an idea, give you guys an idea. I did not update the ribbon cable on that. I will update this one cosmetically. I bought these. I'm going to update these. I'm going to update these things on this one, and I am going to update this tubing with the proper clippered things. I may even replace the obnoxiously long clippered valve. I might do that on both of them. But the cosmetic stuff, in my opinion, can be done little by little here and there. That's not the main build is done. I can take this out. I wore this on Halloween. I wore this one actually on Halloween, and all I do is get rave compliments about it because I think this one looks definitely more legit, especially with the Spengler Wand. You do have to hack it. I mean, both of them require modifications and a little bit of talent doing that. Or you don't even have to have talent. Give it your best shot. That's how you learn. I learned by doing years and years working with Dremel tools and X-Acto knives, and you know, you start figuring crap out. But anyway, so this is my review of the two builds. This one was probably about I don't really remember the exact prices. I know this one was a little more expensive because I had to buy the Spengler one. This one would run you a little bit cheaper. I would encourage somebody to try and find out. You could probably do this one a little bit cheaper. You get the Spengler Wand and the stock electronics, which to me are fine. You don't have to have all these different modes. They're cool to have, but you don't need them. This runs on 3 AA batteries. These lights run on 3 AA batteries. The wires already run through the split loom up here, the power. All you have to do is open it up, tap into this power switch, and tap into the power one way or another. And I guarantee there's got to be a way you can get this to actually turn on that pack and turn on this and supply all the power with 3 AA batteries. May not last a whole long time, but those pack lights, I had those on for days and they didn't even dim out because I tested them out. I was curious just how battery efficient they were. So if you can figure it out, I guarantee that somebody's going to figure it out without even having to use a board or something. There's got to be a way. I do know that the orange is the hot, and the other colored wires coming up are the negative. You get the positive or negative in here to be able to, or be able to switch the on switch onto here, and then take that orange switch, that orange wire, and just get the positive and negative somehow into this so it powers this. You're golden. And you can do it all for, all you have to do is add this to it. So that would be $249, and then I got this for $120 on Amazon. You're looking at for $350. Then if you want to do an Alice frame, about $450. You can build. It will look almost like this. It can. I think it absolutely can be done. And that was originally what this build was supposed to be. I wanted to integrate it. I just got frustrated with trying to figure it out, and I decided I wanted to upgrade the electronics and stuff. But I don't even. And this speaker still works. The sound still comes out of this speaker. So when I turn that on, it's not just coming out of speakers in here. It's coming out of the speakers in here as well. So just something to keep in mind. So I hope this video was a little helpful. I am going to open this up. Somebody asked me to open it up and show how I installed this. All I did was lay a piece of Scotch tape across. I took the clear part. All right, so you know, this slow blow, the vent holes, which I like the vent hole covers, so I left it. And this light cover here, this is all one big piece of clear plastic. So what I ended up doing was I cut it out here, and I cut it out here, so I keep the slow blow. And there's also other hookups here for other parts inside the wand. So I basically just cut it here, I cut it up here, and then what I did was I took and put a piece of Scotch tape across here. I laid the board in there so it was stuck to it, and then just hot glued it, and that was it. And I'll let this be the frame. The only thing I would suggest is take a magic marker, maybe make the sides of this bar graph black somehow so it just blends in a little bit better. That's my only regret as far as that. But I liked having because I don't like dust getting in here, so I was okay with this like this. And of course, I wanted to keep the hat light cover. You could probably get rid of this and put one of these in there without a problem. I mean, it looks very similar. This might be a little bit bigger, so you might have to finagle it just a little bit, but whatever. But yeah, so the easiest thing for me to do is to just cut it, and then I kept these two pieces, screwed them back in with the whatever screws I had to do, and hot glued that in, and that was done. So anyway, I plan on doing some more. Like I said, I'm going to do more cosmetic upgrades, but just to get them built and get them done, and the electronics, that's the heavy lifting in my opinion. That's the hardest part to do. And I got, 2 decent packs that I'm happy with. I like them both for different reasons. I like this one for the features. I like this one for just the look. That Spengler Wand, you can't replicate that. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll get that open and I'll show you how I installed that a little bit, give you a little look at the electronics. It is a rat's nest in there, and that just ends up happening from the link kits, from the link board and everything. It's it's full in there. All right, thank you. All right, have a good night.